So for you guys that don't know, Kay, last year, I guess you were maybe a double emerald at that. You had your husband, your mom,
And like maybe one other person.
yeah. So, and Kayla took her business to Diamond within 2 weeks of 80 Day Obsession launching. So she really like utilized the test group and just kicked ass. So I wanted her to come on and just share some tips as we have another launch, pretty much the same exact thing that's happening last year. So I will let you take it away.
Yeah, so I think the most important thing, obviously, when you are going towards a launch is you have to be excited about it. Like, not every launch is going to be everybody's cup of tea, but when you find a certain launch and a certain program that you know like that you're going to love and that you can bring like so much fire to, it's going to help your business so much. Like, it's amazing what you can do with your business with just a couple of weeks in one program and all of this. So like the biggest most important thing when it comes to a launch, you have to be really freaking excited about it, and you have to show that with every single thing that you do. And what comes with that, like, so sometimes people think it's really hard when a launch is coming because you haven't done the program, or you aren't really sure exactly what it's going to be like, because like I haven't done Transform 20. I have no freaking clue. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know kind of what to expect, but I don't. So you need to find something for you to do that you can invite to, and that you can show people a little bit more about what this program is going to consist of a little bit. And we are so lucky with Transform 20 to have all of these amazing other programs that Shaun T does that are, I mean, a relatively similar. He has all short workouts. They're very hit based and fast paced. So throughout this whole month, like we have from Saturday on, like we have 44 days basically to take this launch and run with it. Like that's a lot of time. And not only can you grow your business significantly in that amount of time, you can set yourself up for huge success with Success Club right away, both months, December, January, and like crush it. So make sure that you have something that you're going to be doing that you can invite all of these people to. So what is an amazing resource for all of us is the hybrid calendar that Shaun T created himself. That is a bunch of different Shaun workouts plus all of the preview workouts that he's giving us. So if you're doing that through the whole month of December and you're doing your invites like normal, you can invite people to do this program with us in January, and that is going to be huge for your business. And so just you have to have something to invite to at all times, and you have to be doing something that's going to hype up this program. Like, we're so lucky to have that available, so we need to run with it. I know like this week I've been doing like a little bit of Insanity Max 30 just because it's like, one, need to get myself ready because I'm not ready, and two, people see it's like, oh, that's super quick, like I can do it from my bedroom, like it doesn't matter. Like, it's something great that you can kind of ease your way into the actual program. And then like talk about, like, everybody's different. We all have different lifestyles. Like, some of us are parents, some of us aren't, like working, whatever. But you have to talk all the time about why you're so excited that this program is coming out in like your own terms and how you can really connect with people. So obviously, like, a huge selling point is the fact that it's 20 minutes. Like, who doesn't want to do a workout for 20 minutes? And that's going to be like probably your number one thing that's going to attract people to doing this. Because I mean, if you really can make an excuse to not do a 20-minute workout, like, come on. So make sure that you are like seriously hyping up all of these different things, like time, like the modifications that are available, and like the intensity of it, and just all of these other fun things. Like, you have to talk about that all the time, and you can talk about those things still with other Shaun T workouts, because they're all kind of like that, and they all kind of kill you every single time you do one. So just use that and take it, like, run with it. one of the biggest parts about actually growing your business with a launch is using the fact that, so this program is 60 to 6 weeks. And so you are obviously going to be hopefully having them with you for more than 1 month. So what you really, really need to do is push the discount coach opportunity. I find it very helpful to bring people into the business when they can work their way through a program first and see what it's about and prove to themselves that they can do it. So find those ways to lock them in for more than a month. And so then you get all these people who want to stick with it, who want to stick with the products, who want to be a part of the coach test group, who just want to have all of these amazing resources for the entire duration of them doing this program. And there you go. You have coach after coach after coach that you're adding to your team. And people don't stick around forever. I think after 80-day obsession, I had a ton of coaches sign up, and yeah, a lot of them didn't stay, but it helped me get my business to the point where it was stable enough to where I'm still here. And I'm still holding this rank, and that's what did it for me. But when you find those people, just give them a reason to want to stick around for a longer amount of time. And I think I was listening to, maybe it was Lynn or something, did a call for us, and she was saying she puts people in as discount coaches and is hey, this is just kind of does it. And it's I'll check in with you in 3 weeks. If it's definitely not something that you want to continue, we'll just we'll cancel that and kind of go from there. And I think that's kind of genius, because people just don't really understand the whole thing, and they get kind of nervous hearing discount coach. So just getting people locked into that status so they can stick around longer, find more reasons to stay, find more reasons to stay on their products, that's going to help them to stay consistent and to get amazing results. And it's also going to help your business at the same time. So, I mean, you can focus on just getting Success Club points, or you can really focus on growing your business with this launch and getting people into being part of your team. And honestly, I think I pushed a lot of for 80-day obsession, I pushed the coach test group, because that's an amazing resource to hear from the actual super trainers who are putting on the program. And people love Shaun T. They love Shaun T. And they know his motivation, and they know his energy, and being a part of a group like that is attractive to people. And so use that. Say if you just sign, you can be a part of this coach test group. If you sign up, you'll get to work with Shaun T the entire way through the program, and people are attracted to that. So definitely use your resources from that standpoint to get people locked in and to get them to stay. And coming back to being able to use your resources, we have so many things available to us to hype up this launch. First thing, the hype group, duh. Make sure you are getting people in there. They're not locked into anything. They don't have to sign up. You're not going to hold them hostage if they don't, but it's a great opportunity for people to see what it's about and hear from Chelsea and Julie and all these people who have already done the program, and just to get a little bit more information without you having to word vomit everywhere about packages and all of this information that sometimes is hard to reiterate to certain people. So use that and go crazy with it, because this week could be huge for you. Use Shaun T's test group. That's a great resource. Use the before and after pictures that you're given. Use the people who have been in the test group. I know for me, it's really sometimes hard to connect with certain people who I parents or like some people who are just like coming out of pregnancy and that kind of stuff. And it's hard to relate to certain people that I don't know. Like I've never been through that. But when you use like Chelsea's a mom, Julie's pregnant, like they've been through this program, and you can just utilize your resources of the people who have already done this program, even if they're not exactly like you, to talk about that and to talk about how it can work for literally anybody. So you have all of these things available to you that you can share with everybody and be able to connect with so many people who could really benefit from this program. I think that's really like the basics of everything, but you really just have to be incredibly excited about everything that we're doing and show your energy and show to people throughout the next 44 days that this is something that they can do no matter what stage of life that they're in, and no matter if they're traveling or like need to modify, or if they're pregnant, or if they're busy, like all of these things, like you just have to use everything that you have and show that anybody can do this. And really, like when you start connecting with people, just get them locked in and get them to commit and stick with it for 6 weeks, hopefully way longer than that. But when you get somebody to connect with you for that long and really go for it, you can use it to build your business and build your team and get those like long lasting people who are going to really rock it out. So I want to know like what questions you guys have, because I've been through quite a few different launches, and like I think they're all a little bit different, but this one is just like bringing so much fire already. And like if you guys have any questions about how to go about doing anything or any of that, like I'd be happy to try to help answer those for you.
So can you share what you're already doing or have done, or any plans that you have about what you're going to share on social media, like your feed versus stories versus in your challenge group? Or I know you have a community page as well. So just for like some people that are going to watch and maybe overwhelmed, like share maybe some tactical things that you're doing that they can say, oh yeah, I can do that too. So they don't feel like it's too much.
So right now I'm really focusing on just like making sure I have something to invite to for all of these people, like current and new, by just incorporating Shaun T workouts into my life and talking about how like the past couple of weeks I've really been struggling to stick with anything longer than 30 minutes, and like just kind of talk about all those stages of life where I just like needed a change, and this has really been helpful. And that is really speaking to people already, actually, way more than I thought it would. So make sure that you are doing that. Like that is going to be huge for you. And then I am definitely talking about that more in like my challenge group and keeping that going. I'm going to be going through that for the rest of the entire month, and just kind of incorporating all of that in. And then I've definitely been using the Hype group mostly so far for current people who I already work with. And most of them are not any like coach anything. So like having those current people who really like I want to dive into something, that's a huge resource to use to get them more locked in to maybe a coach type role. But definitely using that. And like I post different type videos and hyped up things in my stories that have to do with the program. And like I know I just listened to Shaun T's call tonight, which if you haven't listened to it, you're going to have to watch the replay because it was amazing. But definitely going to be posting some of that and his energy and his just like amazingness into like my stories, into my groups, into all of those things, because when people see the energy that he brings is like insane. It's just amazing. So like utilizing all of that and just like not just me hyping everything up, but other people and Shanti and everything, having them bring some energy into like my pages and my groups and my stories and all that stuff, because people probably just don't want to hear from me all the time. So just using some other people and some other resources, bringing that in and just keeping the fire going is going to be huge.
When you invite people, like, do you invite them first to like your challenge group and then you say, hey, do you want to sign up as a discount coach? Like once they say, yeah, I want a challenge pack?
So what I've been doing lately that has actually been really helpful is when I'm talking to somebody about like, I usually just am talking about like Fit Tribe groups, like that kind of stuff. I send them a type form, and the last question on there is, would you be interested in having some, like, it's like having some VIP benefits of getting a discount, getting in on different coach test groups, and some other like amazing opportunities, something like that. And they hit yes or no. And if they hit yes, then I'm like, okay, we're going to do this route. Like, this is what you get with that. It's not anything that you're locked into, but it's just an amazing resource to be a part of, and kind of go that route, because I've found it really kind of a pain in the butt to sign somebody up as a discount coach or a coach after the fact, to do like have them pay the $40, have them do the reimbursement. Like, I think it's super annoying. So I found it really helpful to kind of just find a different route to go about that, and without like word vomiting everywhere about what a discount coach is.
That's the hardest thing, because I know people are interested, and I feel like people would be interested in the Shanti more than other trainers, like
Right.
test groups. And so I'm like, I know you want to do it. How do I ask you without sending you like 5 paragraphs of like, this is what a discount coach is? So
Yes. So that, like, this route that I've been doing, like, it's really helpful. And I think anybody would really benefit from it, because it also asks in there, like, it goes over, like, they pick in that form whether they want Shakeology or Performance Line or both, and their flavor. So I don't have to like
yeah, that's nice.
send them a million things. Like, here's all the flavors, here's all this, and this. So that has been really helpful, because I think it's just like saved me a little bit of time and energy. And then it gives me an idea of, oh, like they would be interested in maybe continuing this. So I just kind of do that. And I'm like, cool, if you click yes, like, we're going to do this. It's not, it explains it when you sign up. So if you don't read it, I guess that's your fault. But so kind of maybe try something like that.
I'm using like a graphic I made of all the different like Transform 20 options, so I don't have to be like, you can do this or that or this, and like it has the prices, but the flavors and then the coaching are not part of that, because it's just like one picture. So
Right. Because I was thinking too, like, right now, I am probably only going to be inviting to Transform 20 unless I know somebody is like dead set against it. So I'm thinking about making it a little bit more targeted towards that too. But yeah, it's been really helpful, because sometimes like people, like, I think when I give people the options for a challenge pack, I'm just like basic, like right now it's been like, okay, 140, like that's it. And then I send people my form and they're like, yeah, I want like Shakeology and the Performance Line. I'm like, oh, okay, good thing I asked. Like, so it's really helpful, because then you don't have to like give them 8,000 million options of routes to take, and they just like have it right there for them, and they can choose, because I give them the option to say no, like, but it's, yeah, that's been really helpful. And I think that's a great way to go about it, and not like have to explain 8,000 things when you're talking about like VIP opportunity or discount coach and what you get with that.
Right.
Lisa asked, is that in your bio?
Oh, no. I just specifically send it to them individually every time.
Would you mind sending me that so I can like take a look at what your verbiage is and stuff on there?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's been really helpful. It's just a great resource because I just felt like I was being way too wordy with absolutely everything. And I was downselling myself on some things. And
I agree. I feel like I have that issue too because I'm like the person that wants all the information like up front, but a lot of people I think are like scared off by that. So I just have to like remind myself that not everybody's the same as me and just sometimes like less is more. But in my mind, I'm like, get it all out. So if they have questions, I'm answering everything, but I think it overwhelms people.
Definitely, yes.
I've used it and I found it to be really helpful also. Like the last 3 or 4 people that I've had sign up have added extra things on and actually hit that they would be interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Coach. So I based mine off yours, Kayla, and it's helped me a ton because I would send way too much information. Then people would be like, what? I don't know.
Bye.
Yeah.
That's cool. So in your, like, whenever you approach the discount coach thing, are you actually explaining what a discount coach is? Or are you just like approaching it as, here's this discount opportunity, like, are you interested in it? And then you explain more later.
Yeah, I explain more later, pretty much. If they like ask for more details, I tell them. But I always send, like, I have a PDF too. I can send that to you too. That explains like in detail really what it is, what they're being charged, what they're saving if they do it with Shakeology. And I send that in my welcome email when they get started. Sometimes, like, I will send it even if they don't sign up, like, as a discount coach right away, just so they know. But because it's not like if they sign up, it's like, oh my gosh, you're stuck in it forever. So they can always just cancel it if they want. But yeah, so I just send it after the fact, really.
Awesome.
Does anyone else have any other questions or anything? I know, so I was trying to think back, and I know, I guess this is kind of always my approach for launches, but Kayla, a lot of the people that you brought on as like discount coaches and stuff like that, were a lot of them current challengers? Because I know you were saying that like a lot of the people in the hype group are your current challengers. So do you feel like, because I know for launches, I don't like not send it to the masses, but I definitely do think it's easier to put it out in your challenge groups to do all that stuff. And then those people who are already hooked are like, oh yeah, I want to be in the test group. So I feel like, is that your main focus and like who you feel like actually ends up converting, or do you?
Last year, I'm pretty sure it was a lot of new people. Cause I was pretty new and I didn't really have a lot of people. I think it was like maybe 75-25. But right now, especially with this like weird delay of pricing changes, I've really been focusing mostly on current people or current people who I had already been speaking with, even if they haven't signed up. I'm going to really dive into inviting more new people over the next couple of days. But right now, I have definitely been focusing more on current people because I feel like it has been easier because I've been blasting it in our group and in my team page and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think I'm just so I don't know if anybody else is a little like worried about this. Lisa and I were talking about this the other day, but I find it very hard to grasp the concept that I'm pretty sure they're going to run out of steps in like a day.
I was asked, like, are they just going to give steps that are not Beachbody steps, or like how are people going to get those challenge packs?
I don't know.
I wonder if that will become, maybe that's why they made 2 options, like without the step, because then once the steps are gone, it's just your option is.
But we were talking about it too, like there's not an option to get it without a step.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is.
There is?
Yeah. The challenge pack without a step, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's $160 without the step.
$180 for a challenge pack without.
Well, it's gonna be $20 off though for
the $160.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, in all reality, that kind of like makes sense because when you think about it, like I was telling Kayla, when someone starts a new program and hasn't been doing anything at home, they have to buy weights too. So like a steps from Target's probably cheaper than like a few sets of weights and things are so expensive. So it's kind of similar. I mean, it'd be cool to have like the actual step, but I think Chelsea said that the step you can get at Target is like basically the same thing, just doesn't say Transform 20 on the
Or,
side.
I mean, of course, they have the modifier that doesn't use it, which you want the step. Like, I think that's supposed to be more for the person who it's too much. Like, you don't want to tell someone, just don't do it without the step. But
yeah. So I think I don't know, I'm really glad that we have this group going right now, because going over with everybody all the different challenge pack options is a little overwhelming for sure. But like, I definitely have been doing a little more research on that to know exactly, like off the top of my head, like it's going to be this much, it's going to be this much. But yeah, so I was kind of a little like, what are they going to do about that? I'm not sure, because everything that I've heard is like it's going to sell out after the 4th. So
yeah, so before, because we only have like a few minutes left, but one thing I want to touch on, well, I have two things. One thing that you, not that you didn't mention, but I want to make sure people, like the program guide, you guys, hopefully, like in your back office, like how to access your program guides. They have them for everything. And I was even talking to Chelsea about it. Bella, that's not yours. Not yours. And I was even talking to Chelsea about it, and she was saying like the program guide is on point with information. Okay. So just make sure you read that, because it, like you, Kayla, were talking about like knowing the challenge packs, knowing all that stuff, like that's how you're going to know it. And that gives you more confidence to talk to people. If you don't have the confidence in the program, it's hard to invite. Right. So, and then the other thing, the hype group, like if you're not utilizing that, because Kayla was just saying like it's so much, there's so many options. And so it's been really nice for me to take some pressure off as you're inviting, especially new people, but also your current challengers who are like, well, what are my options? I've literally just been saying like, get in the hype group. We're going to be sharing all about the program, but then we're going to be sharing those specifically on Monday. And you can comment and tag me on the picture of what you want, so I can keep track of everything super easy. So it just makes everything way easier. So I'd say make sure you check out the program guide, and then make sure you're getting people into the hype group. So just like two things, which you've like mentioned all that stuff. And
it's going to be really helpful too, like regardless of whether they're current customers or not, like towards the end, like it's going to be covered of why it's so important for you to take advantage of like the coach opportunity, whether it be discount or not, because of every single thing that you'll get, like that will be covered in the group. And just like having anyone and everyone in there to hear that is going to be huge, because maybe hearing it from somebody else and their benefits from that instead of just your own perspective over and over is going to be great for them to hear, just to hear a couple different points of view about that, and why it's so awesome. And just to, like, sometimes if you push it on somebody, they just don't understand that it's really benefiting them and not necessarily always just like us business perspective wise, but like having them be able to hear that and just get that again and again and again can really help you and help you grow your business and keep those people around for a longer period of time.
And to go on like the current challengers and new people too, I think like you said at the beginning, we have like 44 days until the actual program starts. And that's the beauty of the pre-launch, is it's setting you up for, like you said, success, like both months. So if I know sometimes in my mind, how I think about it is get current challengers ordered, or as discount coaches, if they get completion packs, you're getting Success Club points. So hit Success Club so you don't have to stress about that by December 5th. By 5 current challengers, and then you can start to shift a little bit more to those new people. I think is kind of, and you're nodding, so I'm sure that's kind of your plan of attack too, but I know for me, and then it's like, okay, and then in January, you either get those slackers who haven't jumped on board yet, or you've been now inviting newer people all month of December, because you can do that since you've already hit Success Club early, and then you're going to do that same thing in January. So, that's kind of my approach, but.
Yeah,
I have a
definitely.
question
Same.
about that. You can get Success Club points from completion packs, even if you've already got Success Club points from them in the past.
So technically, you can only get Success Club points from someone it's 6 months, right?
Okay,
But
that's what I thought.
I will say I've never not gotten them.
Same.
So I'll put that out there.
Okay.
Like plenty of times I've had people, or I don't think this is something, I mean, I have no shame in saying I have tons of people who signed up with 80 Day Obsession and their bod's about to renew on December 14th. So I'm messaging them and saying, cancel your bod and get a Shaun T challenge pack.
Literally.
It's going to save them money. If they're wanting to do Transform 20 anyways, they're going to spend $100 to renew their bod. They're going to spend $50 to get Transform 20, the basic. So that's just for like the videos. So, I mean, if there's someone that's consistent with their product, get them the other thing. So if they're consistent with Shakeology, get them Performance Line in a challenge pack. If they are someone, and this is a lot of girls, like we know it happens, they sign up, they like Shakeology or they like the Performance Line, but they're inconsistent with getting it because of money or whatever. So it's an easy way to say, get this. And that's why it should be an easy sell for especially completion packs to your current people, because you know, you can say you're going to get all this for $140. You know, you like Shakeology, so you might as well get another bag if you're going to get the program anyways. But I've never not had Success Club points, so I wouldn't bank on it. But especially, you know, I guess like bulletproof way is to get them to sign up as a discount coach, because you can earn more points when someone switches over to a coach. That's always been the rule. But so I wouldn't bank on like if someone just bought a challenge pack 3 months ago and they get a completion pack, but I've never had it not happen.
Same.
Okay.
So.
And just like get creative too when you're talking with people about becoming a discount coach. Sometimes you just need to change up your wording because people are a little scared sometimes of hearing that term. So just find what works for you. If what you've been doing hasn't been working, switch it up, give some other reasons of why they should do it, call it something different, call it something fun, and kind of go from there.
And I especially, I know Chelsea loves video messages. I don't find they work as super well for me, it just depends on the people I think you're talking to. But I do think when messaging someone about a discount coach, either using video or voice message to hear, because I think a lot of times what happens is people get scared that they think you're just trying to like get them to join on to make more money. And so if you can actually, if they hear your voice or see your authenticity and saying like, I'm trying to save you money, like you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it's going to save you more money this way, then people are more apt to be like, oh yeah. Like, because they're like, oh, you are, you know, I do say like, I really am just trying to save you money and this is what you're going to save. So I think in calling it like a preferred customer a lot of times, and I always tell them like, you're going to have the label as coach, but you don't have to coach. And then I'm always like, unless you want to, like holler, let's go. But, you know, you're just making sure you put that out there. But I think a lot of times just hearing, like people hearing you say it helps a lot too.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
So we have 4 minutes left before we're going to get cut off. Does anyone have any other questions, thoughts, lingering? Cool. Well, this has been awesome, Kayla. Thanks for sharing your tips. And thank you guys all for getting on. I will post the recording in our team page, and then I'll send it to Chelsea so she can post it to y'all. So you will have that as well. Cool. Yeah. Well, you guys go out and rock it. Get people added to the Hype group. And let's make it a great month and transform people's lives. Yeah. Right? Do I sound just like him? Yeah.
So close.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye guys.